Well, welcome again to It's Possible podcast. Here is Mr. HighLife. Mr. HighLife, man, introduce yourself to the people and tell them what you're about.
What's going on? It's Possible
It's
Podcast and family.
possible.
Hey, so I'm Mr. HighLife Films, aka Mr. HighLife. So HighLife stands for hustler, innovator, gifted, and honorable. And it's for those who high on love, high on impact, high on faith, and high on energy. So that's pretty much the brand. That's pretty much what I represent. I'm a real estate photographer, uh, videographer for 13 plus years.
Yeah.
Shot events. I've done music videos. I've done weddings. I've done all type of stuff. But photography is pretty much my number one money getter. That's my gift. That's what I
Gotcha.
go. That's what I go for. I'm also an author. I do a little bit of real estate investing. Yeah, so I'm out here. I'm really the H in High Life hustler. That's
You're out there
pretty much,
making it
I need to
happen,
have it on
man.
my
That's the
chest somewhere.
H. Hustler. Gotta make the money.
Yes, sir.
That's good. That's good. But one thing I know you for. I didn't know if you did real estate. For
Mm-hmm.
I know you as the high life man,
Hmm.
the man that motivates people to live the high life experience.
Yes, yes, yes.
So to be the hustler, to be that person that goes out there to make things happen,
Mm-hmm.
to be the I is what's the I again?
Innovator.
Innovator. The
Yeah.
man that teaches people how to innovate, not to keep doing the same thing and expect to have a different result.
Mm.
This is how I know you.
Yes.
So I've been following you for a long time, and that's it's powerful, and that's why I wanted to have you on the show because I know the high life experience, man, can help a lot of people.
Yes, for sure, for sure. I
Yeah,
appreciate you having me, man. For sure.
of course. So, why did you choose High Life as your brand?
Ooh, good question. High Life. I used to be on the other side of the track, and I was on
uh,
High Life had a different meaning.
so okay, it had a different.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the meaning of High Life for you?
Back then I was selling weed and High Life and 420 and all that good
Mm,
stuff. So that was kind of like the vision at first, but then getting older, having kids, um, you know that you want to you want to leave the world a little bit better than you found it, and you don't
yeah.
want to continue with the same nonsense and the same. We young, we live, we out here having fun. We don't know no better, and
Hmm.
but I once you get older and like I said, have kids and start looking at life totally different. You know that you got to do something positive. You got to do something that's gonna be impactful. So that's when I figured out, a good way to put that little twist on there,
Mm,
and with the hustler, the innovator, the gifted, the honorable, I love it when someone asks me now, like, why High Life? I used to get the little side eye a little bit, but as
yeah.
soon as I explain to them what High Life stands for, they be like, oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
So,
they can get it twisted, thinking
yeah.
that it's high on drug or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's not high life. That's being high to go low. A
That's
low
low
life.
life. Yes, yes. You can't be the low
That's a
life. No
low
low life.
life. Man. So you used to be out there selling weed,
Mm-hmm.
bruh. And
Yeah,
now
I
you
was
are
out
the
there.
person who's teaching other people how to live a higher life.
How to live a life of abundance. Like you can't
Yeah.
just live a life of lack. When you're out there doing stuff like that, like the selling the weed or doing anything illegal, you're living a life of lack because you're like, oh,
Mm.
that's my only option. That's the only thing I got. But
Yeah.
in all actuality, if a life of abundance, you have everything you need to get everything that you want. It's just you got to tap in. You know what I mean? And that's what my book is pretty much talks about how these different keys, how you can use each key to find the life that you want. That's pretty much you already have, but you just, we always out here on a journey seeking, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what's the next big thing, or I want to be rich, I want to be a millionaire, I want to, you to get to be a millionaire, you have to do things that a millionaire does. You can't
Yeah.
say, "Oh, when I'm a millionaire, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that." What would a millionaire do on a daily basis? Would a millionaire read books?
Mm-hmm.
Would he get up early? Would a millionaire work out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you do that, or are you going to wait till you're a millionaire and then say, "Oh, I'm gonna start eating healthy. I'm gonna start doing it"?
Mm.
No, it don't work like that. So
It
you
does
have to
not,
be
man.
that person before you can be that person.
That's right. So what made you turn to become that really motivated person to even
Life.
go or change people's lives?
life
Life.
I had my little twists and turns, and I lost a child very young age, losing my mom and my dad when I was young,
Mm.
losing my grandmother, passing in my arms, stuff like that. It make you either go one way or the other, and luckily I chose to go the right way, and somewhere where I can leave a positive impact on the world, instead of something negative, just adding to the flame of all the negativity. Like, it don't take you nothing to find negativity in the world. Like, it's a plethora of negativity, but for someone to
Mm-hmm.
take a negative situation and then turn it positive, like, that's something that can really impact more than not.
You just went through it like lost my mom and dad, lost a daughter, my grandma. Like, man, that's like no more. I mean, the way you said it, it's you run through it. I know it had some impact in your life,
Yeah, for sure.
but that's powerful. That's I didn't want to say that's crazy, but that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We all
Losing
go through
both
things.
parents at a
Yeah.
young age. And a grandma, I believe that would be taking care of you
Mm-hmm.
would also be gone.
Yeah.
Losing a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That bro,
Mm-hmm.
a
That'll
moment of
make you either,
silence
like
for
I
that.
said, it'll really either change you for the negative, and you can say, "Oh, woe is me! Oh my God, why me?" All that. You can go that route and look for some pity and sympathy from everyone out the outside world, or you could take that same energy and you could use it as like fuel for your fire towards success. Like, you don't have to take
Mm.
that negative and be like, "Oh my God, that happened to me." You could be like, "Oh my God, that happened to me. So now look what I can do on the other
Mm.
end," and that's the story. Like, I hear a lot of people's story. I hear your story. I hear, people's story about overcoming something. Like, every it seems as if every, successful person had to go through something. It ain't just like they just woke up and like, "Oh yeah, I'm here." They had to
Hmm.
go through something that really made them appreciate it when they got their success. You know what I mean? So I can definitely say that going through them different things made me put some respect on life and my time and my time with kids and my family. Like, I put that into account. That goes into my pricing when I when I'm
Mm.
pricing for different clients and they ask me how much it costs to do this. It depends on how much time it takes. Cause I mean, how much time
Yeah.
I'm gonna be away from my kids, and like, I take that job serious, like, seriously, bro. So
Wow. It really seems like people who are doing great things have faced difficult circumstances in life. I remember somebody said once, some people want to start living when they're about to die.
mm,
Because when you have faced death, you understand the price of life.
mm,
So
that's
you
facts.
live fully.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why to piggyback on what you said, like everyone you see doing great things, they have a story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
They've been through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So talk to me about your HighLife brand. Like
Mm-hmm.
how do you help people with this brand?
So basically, right now I have a book club that we actually read Monday through Friday,
Mm-hmm.
every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. Um, and we read, like, mindset books, self help books, finance, business. all types of books to help our community, you know,
Okay.
make reading cool again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Make it
yeah.
fun. And I've been doing that for about a year now. And I have like we have a Facebook group. Probably about I think we got like a little bit over 200 members.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm pretty. And we gave away. We actually I want to say a couple of weeks ago we gave away our first scholarship. So we did
Oh,
a whole scholarship, you know what I mean? And this is just like not even thinking about it, just going like just how much that sign behind me say set goals and go. That's
yeah.
just the type of person I am. Sometimes I'll say I'm gonna do something. I don't even have a plan on how I'm gonna do it. Sometimes I just
Mm-hmm.
go. I just go, and I call it like my ready, fire, aim.
Okay.
Instead of ready, aim, fire. Where
Yeah.
you ready, aim. Cause sometimes you'll be like ready, aim, 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 and then you never fire. But if you
Yeah.
ready, fire, and then you just aim, you make adjustments while you're aim. You know what I mean? To your aim, and you're sooner or later you're gonna lock onto your target and you're gonna get there. So
Mm.
that's something that has definitely helped me when it comes to that as well. So
Wow. So, hustler, what's principle? What is the principle behind hustler?
hustler, I mean, nothing. What's the one faith without works is dead. Like you
Mm.
can wish for something all you want to, but you ain't finna get out there and put that work in, and you ain't gonna get up and go get it. Nothing is gonna come to
Ain't
you.
gonna happen.
You wish for something. A wish is nothing but a goal with no effort behind it.
Mm.
So you wish all you want to that somebody gonna you wishing on or hoping for the kindness of others to come help you out. And one thing I've learned by losing my daughter, like the world is cool for. I mean, not cool. The world will have empathy with you for a short time, but then that short time you'll still be hurting, and the world gonna keep moving on.
Mm.
So it's either you're gonna deal with it and get on with your life, or you're gonna sit there and the world's gonna pass you by. And one thing I learned, like literally the day after my daughter passed, I was working. I had a gig. I was shooting a commercial because I had to stay
Wow.
busy because my mind was like, if I was just idle, your mind is crazy. Your mind is very powerful. It'll take you some places where you're like, I didn't even sign
Mm.
up for this.
Yeah. Wow.
So definitely the hustler is the part about just definitely tapping into your inner hustler and doing what you got to do to get what you want. Don't just wait for it to come to you. You got to get out here and get it.
You just deploy, like, unfold a bunch of principles in what you just said. Because, hustler, you have to go out there and make it happen.
Hmm.
Faith without work is dead. Even though you have the faith, but if you don't work it out, it's not going to work.
Facts.
And you can't not sit down to wait for people to make you feel good and trying to find a pity party. You
Mm.
have to go out there and do the work. You
Yes.
also mentioned your daughter after one day after. Next
One day
day you
after.
were
Next
working.
day.
Jeez,
Next day.
take
But
some
that's
type of
that's
drive
that was my way. I don't recommend that for everyone. That was my way of
of
dealing
dealing
with
with that.
it. Like I had to stay busy.
Yeah.
I would kind of like maybe not. It might not be for everyone, but some people. I would say if you lose someone, maybe you would just keep moving,
Mm.
because in all actuality, that person wouldn't want you to stop because of them. Like when I
Yeah.
pass away, I don't want my kids to just, oh, life is over. That's it. I quit. I don't want them to do that. I would
Mm.
rather them go on and be successful and be like, I dedicate this to my pops, or I dedicate it. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
don't want you to be they don't want to be the reason why your life is in shambles. If that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, I kind of feel like when we do that, when we have it that kind of that when we feel that way, it's like you could look at a different. It comes through a different paradigm. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it ain't. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Innovator. Give me something about innovator. I'm getting
Innovator.
you to teach your whole class.
Oh yeah, well shoot, innovator. You gotta different, man. That's my life story. I always wanted to be different. I never wanted to be, the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Who different to me is cool. Like I used to always say that. Like I couldn't never be part of a gang. I could never be part of a frat or a sorority. I couldn't do none of that because I couldn't join the army.
Mm.
Cause I
Wow.
couldn't be uniform. That's just me. You know what I mean? Innovators are people that sometimes they look crazy. Like people don't understand them, and you stick out like a sore thumb sometimes,
Yeah.
or you fall back in the shadows sometime, and you just get overlooked a lot. Like you might do some work for someone, and they just put it like it's their work, and it's not your work, but you got paid, so you didn't really care. You just made something another stream of income for you. So you were
Yeah.
like, oh, that was cool. You know what I mean? So yeah, innovator, you just have to literally, do something that hasn't been done before, and just go against the norm. In my opinion.
Mm. Doesn't that put you in some trouble sometimes?
Of course, but trouble is fun as long as you have a vision and you know that this is something if you can imagine it. One thing I can tell you is possible.
It's possible.
It's definitely possible if your mind could think of it.
Yeah.
It could be done. It's just how powerful our mind is. Like I have a saying, put
Yeah.
some respect on your mind because our minds are super powerful, man. Like all you have to do is think of it. Like everything that we have surrounding us right now was something that was thought of first,
Mm. Yeah.
and then somebody it came to words have power, and man, your mind once you get it in your head is that like I don't pun intended is definitely possible.
It is, man. Wow. So yeah, that's powerful. Now back to your story. Because I'll tell you something. I was born in Haiti,
Hmm.
but not the city. I was born in a village. So in the village, no electricity. We take a shower, not shower, we take a bath in the river.
Mm.
Okay, so for me to go to school, I would walk miles to go to school, crossing river and go up mountain, things like that. So for me to see a successful person, it's like some type of angel.
Mm.
The only actor we knew in our area was Jackie Chan. That's the only actor. That's the only actor they would talk about. Jackie Chan. I don't know who went to the city and watched some TV, and they came back to the village and started talking about Jackie Chan. And that's the only actor's name we knew.
Mm.
But the thing is that for me, I couldn't even imagine if Jackie Chan was a person.
Hmm.
For me, it was just some type of angel, right? Because imagine someone who's successful was not from this planet. So that's why I always ask people, where do you come from? What is your story? So that people know that you are a real person. Because when
Hmm.
you're talking about you're an author, you do this and that, people will say, oh, it's because you're successful. You're talking about this right now, but they don't know your story, your backstory, where you came from. So, would you mind sharing something with the people?
Oh man, like I said, I I uh I lost my dad when I was 6. He had a heart attack. I lost my mom when I was 12 from brain cancer. So that was like a long little process to go through, dealing with that while it was like I had cancer. Growing up with her having cancer, the way it just pretty much just watching her just have to deal with that, it definitely made me the man I am today. Like it made me have empathy for people, and I don't judge. I don't, if somebody looks different, I don't,
Mm,
I've never been that type to be like, point the finger and make fun of people. Um, you know, um, then I played football pretty much my entire life. Went to college, and then my first year of college, my great grandmother passed, and
wow.
it was like I didn't really have nobody to vent to, so I didn't have no one to kind of like keep me in college to stay there. I was playing football, doing pretty good, I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
Um, but I didn't have anyone to vent to, so it was kind of like it was like a whole bunch of bottled up anger, emotions, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with
Mm.
them. So I dropped out of school. That's when I ended up moving back to Jacksonville, and that's when I got into the streets and working clubs and selling weed and security at strip. I was doing all types of crazy stuff, man.
Wow.
Like, and got in trouble with the law. Um, you know, and then I ended up having my first daughter, and that kind of like changed the game for me. Kind of like it was like a wake
Mm-hmm.
up call. I was out there hanging out. I was young. Doing my thing. I never got caught, not in trouble till I got caught one time, and then I was like, okay, hold up, then you can go to
Mm.
jail for this stuff, boy. And I was
Yeah.
like, and
Mm-hmm.
and then once I said having my daughter, it definitely changed my my outlook on life. I knew it wasn't no longer just about me. It was about her. That little smaller hands that I, holding her little self in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely when you have a little human that you're responsible for,
Yeah.
it
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 changes
changes your
everything.
perspective. Yes. So I definitely she always reminds me of that too. That she changed my life. She said, "Dad, don't you know that I changed your life?" And I'm like, "Well,
Wow.
yeah." But just to know that it's never too late to to make a shift and
Mm-hmm.
just say, okay, I want to do the right thing. I know what's right. I know what's wrong. I know I'm not getting the results that I really want.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way I'm gonna get the results that I really want, I'm gonna have to make some changes. And sometimes them changes come. It was the time where I had to turn myself in, and that was
Mm.
like that was a change where I was like, I was doing good, and then all of a sudden, boom, I had violated probation, missed
Wow.
a appointment or something, and it just went from going good to bad real quick. And I had
Mm.
to either say, "Oh well, I'm gonna deal with this," or I'm gonna run and have to deal with that. You know what I mean? And I just chose to do the right thing and just say, I'm gonna
Okay.
turn myself in, get this over with. I did that, and it was like from that point on, I've just been looking forward. Like I got custody of both my daughters, and then that was like right before my daughter passed. So I was
Mm.
a single father out here, had all my kids doing my thing, and then I got hit with that when my daughter passed, and that kind of like knocked me down a little bit. But then it definitely gave me some more fire to like don't waste time. My time with my kids is very important to me. So now it's like you know, I had 6 years with one daughter, and every
Mm.
moment I have with my kids now is very appreciated. I go on my way to, if it ain't nothing but just playing a video game with my son or
Yeah.
going for a walk with my daughter, like I'll do that more than I'll go do a listing photos or 3D scans and all that stuff. Like it's not important. It's important because you can't pay the bills with love,
Yeah.
but the more important to me is the time I get to spend with my family and
Makes sense. So you were
creating
doing
memories.
all that, all of these things, being a single father.
Yeah. Now, well, I was married. Want to say right before I got cut. Well, I was married for 2 years, and then I ended up getting custody of my kids.
Mm.
And then once my daughter passed away, me and my ex wife we ended up going our separate ways. And
Mm.
it was like I was kind of out of it, man. I wasn't no good to nobody. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
like, and then I had to go through some things with my ex wife, and it was just like, it's time to, you know, count your losses and keep it moving. And
Yeah.
that was something it was tough too, and
Of
that's something I've
course.
dealt with. But got through it. I have my son as of right now. He stays with me. I have my daughter. I got extended family. I got my girl, got her son. We are happy, big old happy family. We doing everything we can to pour into our kids.
Yeah.
I'm happier. I'm writing books, you know.
Yeah,
I'm in a
yeah.
good space now, so
That's
I'm
good,
loving it.
man.
Yeah, you just got to keep
So
living, man.
I I lost my dad when I was about 15.
Mm,
So I know it's not easy, because we were still in the village, okay?
mm.
So I haven't left the village so long. It has been that long. So you feel some type of feeling, some type of anger, I don't know. And for me, I didn't have the I'll say the environment that you had here in the village.
Mhm.
There is nothing really you would do at that time, just going around and walk or whatever. But it
Mhm.
was like a safe place. You could say you could want to be bad, but you could be you couldn't be so bad because it's just like nothing you could do. So I'm talking about some a child right now who is in this situation, in this place, maybe lost parents or running the street. What advice could you give to a young adult like this in this type of
Yeah.
situation?
I would say we definitely not in the village, so it's plenty of stuff. It's easy to get in trouble. It's
It's
hard to get out
easy.
of it.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mom used to say that, and I didn't really grasp it until my mom passed when I was 12, and I never got in trouble until I was like 26, 27.
Mm,
So I was very crafty because I didn't want to get in trouble.
yeah.
Hey, but I would say, you have to do something today that your future self will thank you for. And your choices are very important. And you're gonna look back one day and you're gonna be like, dang, did I do what I was supposed to do? Or
Mm,
was I out here playing around with myself? Like I could be so far along if I would just did what I had to do for this little bit of time, and I could be so further along in my life. But I just wanted to trip. Like you got to have some come to Jesus. I call them come to Jesus talk, where
mm.
you got to come to your senses and be like, you got to keep it real with yourself. You can lie to a lot of people, but yourself is not one of them, because that's madness. If you lie to yourself and you believe it, like that's crazy. Now that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So I would say, just be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. Um, don't look for people to trauma bond with. Just
Mm,
because you've been through something and they've been through something and you feel like that needs to be a friendship, in all actuality, that may it depends on that person, because if they're
mm-hmm.
not strong, they're gonna bring you down just as because you're just as weak as they
That's
are. You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you hang around people on purpose that kind of like make you stretch to be a little bit more of yourself to keep up with
Mm-hmm.
them, you know what I mean? Like those
Yeah.
are the type of people you want to surround yourself with. And you know, when they're not around, I say things to myself like, what would they do in this situation? Like,
Mm-hmm.
would they want to go here with this person when they're telling me, hey, come try this real quick. We're just gonna smoke a little bit and we're gonna come back. They'll
Mm-hmm.
never know. Okay, what would this person do in this situation? They'll tell
Mm.
me to go the other way. You know what I mean? Like just, you know, and getting that same information from someone who's been there, and someone who's just not saying, just say no, just because,
Mm-hmm.
no, I've been there and I see how the other side of that good looks,
Yeah.
and it ain't fun. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
it can go, you know, it's cool and all, selling drugs and doing it, but sometimes people don't play fair. And sometimes they want more than the drugs, and sometimes they want
Mm.
more than that money. They want your life,
Yeah.
because you know what I mean. Just because that's the whatever they're going through, that time in their life, and you just playing Russian roulette with your life. You know what I mean? Like, why not just be around? You can call you a nerd. They can call you a bookworm. They can say, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you just like that. You just a schoolboy." You can call me all that you want to, but I'm gonna be successful though. That's
Yeah.
why you gotta have a plan and say, "Hey, this is what I'm gonna do, You can call it crazy. Some people gonna laugh at you. Whatever you want to do, they're gonna, oh, that's crazy, man. You should, you'd
Mm.
never be able to do that. Your dad was this. Your mom was that. You don't have
Yeah.
a, So you got to be okay being who you are and being, different, authentic, one of one. Never done before. Like you got to be okay with that. It's
Yeah.
gonna feel a little lonely sometimes, but that's okay. Cause if success was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody be successful. Everybody be out here having millions and
Yeah.
Ferraris and everybody would have it if it was easy.
Hmm. So, yes, I believe some parents may be calling their children right now to come sit down and watch, because it's a lot to deal with in
Yeah.
this time we are in right now
Mm.
in the
Mm.
world. Because even in church, man, kids are struggling with drugs and things like that. So when they listen to your story and you come in their life, some of them they don't have a dad in the house, and the mom has to take two jobs, to take care of
Mm-hmm.
everything, pay the bills. If they could sit down and listen to what you're telling them right now, man, that could change their lives.
Facts. I
They
believe.
yeah, you know. So let's come back, man. That's a powerful story. It's powerful.
Mm.
Because you went through it, you did not stay there, and then now you come all the way to the other side, not even in the middle. Some people they go through the thing, and then they come in a sweet spot where they're not doing it anymore, but they're not talking about it, they're not doing anything, but you go all the way to the other side
Mm-hmm.
to prevent other people from going that route. Not even just preventing them from going that route, you create a system to help them to be excellent.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the L. Let's go to the no high. Let's go to the G.
G, gifted.
Gifted.
Gifted. So pretty much everyone has a gift. You know what it is, and if you don't, it's something that comes easy to you. Where it's like my gift for me is the camera.
Okay.
From the moment I picked up the camera, I knew that it was something that I could, you know, I call it creating moments. Like a moment can be lived so many times over and over and over again through a picture. Like I have a picture of me and my mom right here that I look at every day, and I relive that moment. You know what I mean? Like you see,
Wow.
me and my mom, and that's a moment that somebody took with a picture or the camera,
Wow.
and that's priceless to me. Like
Yes.
whatever he charged to take that picture, I couldn't even put a price on it because this is something I'll never forget. I'd always have that to remember that time with my mom. And once I picked up the camera, I knew that was my gift. And helping people, get their story to the world or create memories with the weddings and the concerts that I shot. Like that
Yeah.
was my gift. And what I found out was that your gift is something that you have to share with the world. It's not just for you. You can't be selfish with your gifts.
Hmm.
So if that's the case, they come and they go. Put it
So
that way.
what about the people who say they don't have a gift? They don't know what they can do.
Not knowing your gift is a gift. That just
Okay.
lets you know that
Okay.
it's someone out there just like you that don't know what their gift is, and you're letting them know that don't give up. There's hope. You can find it. You know what I mean? Like
Wow.
not having a gift is actually a gift. There's some people out there that you can relate to. Like literally. Like they say when you go to
Wow.
a
I've
party,
never thought about it like that.
yeah, yeah. Like they also say, if you ever go to a party and you're shy and you don't really like to talk to people, look for someone in the crowd that looks like you, that looks like they don't want to talk to somebody or they're shy or whatever, and then go up to
Hmm.
them and say, "Hey, man, I'm a little shy, man, but I just wanted to," like
Yeah.
literally, like that's a gift. Just telling me how I am, like so I don't even have to guess the type of person you got. You have to embrace your gifts. You can't be like, oh, I don't want to do that because you just got to embrace it and
Yeah.
enjoy it. Experiment with it. See what works for you, what don't work for you. You know what I mean? So Yeah. Everyone
Wow.
has a gift, man. You just gotta tap
Everyone,
in.
yeah, everyone has one,
Yeah.
and even
Yeah.
more than one.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm. So, what about those who don't want to use their gifts?
It's a time and a place for everything. Like you never know what people going through. Um,
Okay.
if it ain't working for you, it's gonna be working on you. And
Hmm.
eventually you'll come to a point where you're like, it's gonna make it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like until
Yeah.
then, life is a journey. You gotta go on this thing. You gotta enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. It was a long time I didn't know what my gift was. I
Yeah.
never said, "Oh no, that's it for me." I'll never figure out my gift. No, once I did have, I had an aha moment. I was like, I really like this.
Hmm.
So from ever since then, I was like, I can do this for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can make some money off of this. Oh, okay. And even while I'm shooting, like it don't even feel like work. It's just like something that I really like to do and I get paid for.
Yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
I believe a gift would be something that when you do it, you don't really feel tired doing it,
Yeah.
right?
Nah, at all. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you learn how to ride it, you'll never forget it. It's
Yeah.
like you ain't got to ride a bicycle for 20 years. You go hop on a bicycle, you're gonna ride that thing out.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't run from your
So,
gift, man. You gotta, but the only way to live an abundant life, you gotta really tap in. You gotta use it. You have to share it. Sometimes you gotta give it away.
mm-hmm.
I've done work where I haven't got anything for it, and I'll give my gift away, but then it open up paths for me to get something else on another. Like that's just how the universe
Yeah.
works. Because I was living a life of abundance. I want to live in I didn't have the mindset of lack. Like, oh man, I need to get paid for this. If I can't get paid,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't doing nothing. Like, you can't be like that. When you're
Mm.
good, you be so good that they can't ignore you,
That's
and
right.
you definitely gonna it's gonna come your way for sure.
That's so good. So discover your gift. You
Yeah.
have one. And maybe it's this thing that you're doing that you don't feel tired doing.
Hmm.
And it has to be greater than yourself. Not about you, but for other people.
Hmm.
Powerful. So, G, H. What's the H?
Honorable,
Honorable.
honor. There's nothing like honor to me is like doing something. Integrity. Like
Mm-hmm.
doing the right thing when no one's watching.
Wow.
Like really having honor, not commit. Sin is doing something that goes against oneself.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to take our religion out of it, it's just literally just going against what you know to be right. If you know this to be right and you go against that, that's a sin.
That's a sin.
So, that's not honor. We want to be impeccable, and that's without sin. Impeccable is
Mm.
without sin. So, honor to me is a big deal. Like even dealing with people like in business,
Yeah.
majority of the times I don't do business. I don't work with anyone that I don't trust or I can't, just have a conversation. How me and you talk. If we couldn't talk like this, I would never come on this podcast. I would never
Yeah.
even approach you to do it because, your vibe is off and I just don't feel right,
Mm-hmm.
or what I mean. That's just how I roll. You know what I mean. So that's just honor will get you along a lot. It will get you in a lot of rooms, and it'll keep you in those rooms once you get in those
Mm.
rooms. You know what I mean. So honorable, you having an honorable, living an honorable life, I feel as if it will definitely enhance your chances to have an abundant life, and
Mm.
so definitely, I'm big on the honor part. Like that's big in my category.
That's powerful. Honorable. So even from H to H.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So if you can do H to H, man, your life will
Yeah.
change.
Yeah. I got a shirt that say "Don't hate me because I'm high."
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Man, that's powerful. Honorable.
Yes, sir.
We don't. Do you want to give the whole thing?
I mean, high. I mean, basically, the other part is, high life. We high on life, right? So
Okay.
we high on love, we high on impact, we high on faith, and we high on energy. And if you keep all those popping in your life, like, you can't lose. And if you high on love, you're gonna be surrounded by love. You're gonna attract love. If you're high on impact, you're gonna leave a bigger. You're gonna leave the world a little bit better than you left it. You know what I mean? Than
Hmm.
you found it. So you're gonna change some lives just by being your authentic self, being
Yeah.
different. Uh, Saying that you don't know what your gift is. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
You could be the guiding light for someone that don't know their gift, but they know that you're still out here striving and you're doing your
Yeah.
thing. And that just inspires them to keep going. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, the faith, like I said, faith without works is dead. If you don't have no faith, like, oh yeah, a little faith, get what you believe in. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't believe it, if you're gonna pray for, my mom used to say a saying. She used to say, if you're gonna pray, don't worry, and if you're gonna worry, don't pray. So if you
Okay.
so if you're gonna pray, don't worry about
Don't
it. It's
worry.
done.
Yeah.
It's done. Like, just go on about your, have faith that he heard you, and you're gonna, but if you have no faith, then now you're gonna pray and you're gonna still try to figure it out for yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why did you even pray? What was
Yeah.
the whole point
Yeah.
of it? Like, you were just gibberish just for nothing, just to sound cool, I guess. I don't know. But so we definitely high on faith, and then we high on energy. Like, health is wealth. Like, I'm big on working out. I get up every
Mm-hmm.
morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I go work out at 5 a.m. every day. I go walking every day. I was a 345 pounds, and I was low on energy. So now I'm almost to 245. So I'm like almost 100 pounds from my, or
Wow.
100 pounds down, just by staying consistent. And that's something that I feel like you can get all the riches in the world, but if you're not healthy enough to enjoy
You
it,
can enjoy
like,
it.
what's it for? Like, you can't take
Yeah.
it to the grave. You can take it to the grave. What you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the gist of High Life. That's what I stand for. Our community, our book club. We're readers. We love to read. We love to have discussions about it. We love to for our community to help each other grow. And we just on that positivity. All I got is positive energy for you. I ain't got nothing negative for you.
That's a keynote speech already.
Yes,
That's a
sir.
keynote.
He
Like
be
people
hyping me
pay
up, y'all. He
thousands
be
of
hyping.
dollars to sit down
Mr.
and
Possible
listen.
be hyping me up.
Yeah. That's a keynote speech right there, you know? And high on impact.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this preacher said once, it's hard to stand up and hallucinate the life somebody has never lived when they die
Mm.
because they never had any impact in the world.
Mm-hmm.
No impact. Everything they've done is just for themselves. And he says that what is, I don't remember the exact wording, but what matters 2 minutes after you're gone is
Mm.
what you've done for more than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
impact.
Now that's impact. You say 2 minutes after you did. Like I said, the world the world is continuously moving.
Yeah.
Like, you be here, soon as you dead, they be cleaning out your office, looking for your replacement. Got the job opening on whatever format, like looking for a new person to fill your shoes.
Yeah.
So you like, but if you've done so many things to change, like, I call that the funeral test. Like, who's gonna show up to your funeral, and what are they gonna have to say about you
Mm.
once you're out of here? Like, do you care? Do you even care what they're gonna say about you? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
some people don't care, but I care. I want people to say, hey, Mr. High Life, he was very positive. He taught me, he was very inspiring. He motivated me to keep going when I couldn't go.
That's right.
He taught me empathy. Empathy is a superpower. Having empathy, it's a superpower to me. And that was
Mm.
something that I learned by losing my daughter. I learned empathy. I learned
Mm.
how, like, I can have a discussion with someone who just lost someone, and I can understand where they coming from. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I've been there. Like I can feel that pain, and so it's just so much that goes along with it, and I'm just so happy to be doing something that's something that could be negative and
Mm-hmm.
turn to something positive and showing the kids that you could do anything you put your mind
Yeah.
to. It's definitely possible. It's not just a catchy phrase. It's literally possible
It
for
is,
you to be able to do
yes.
anything that you want to do. It's never too late. You can do,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm learning Latin right now. Like that's
Oh
my
wow.
biggest flex
Okay.
right now,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that. And I'm 42 years old, and Latin was something that I started learning in the sixth grade, but then my mom passed, so I kind of like it
Mm-hmm.
fell off from it. But that's something that I could say, hey, I'm learning now. And 2 years from now, I'm gonna be a fluently speaking Latin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's possible. You know what I'm
It
saying? It's something that I
is.
can do, and there's nothing that you can tell me that I can't do as long as I put my mind to it. So that's the state of
Man.
mind.
That's great, man. That's great. You got me motivated here, high on
Hey,
energy.
yes,
Everything
sir.
is energy. Life
Hmm.
is energy. And I've heard somebody said low energy, low life. High
Mm,
energy, high life.
I like that.
So, yeah. Les Brown said that once too. That he said some people are walking by the neighborhood, even the dogs are barking because they look like a dead person. And
Mm,
now they have no energy.
mm.
Right? So to have a high life, you need to have high energy, which
Facts.
goes back to your brain.
Facts.
High
Facts.
life needs to have a high energy.
Definitely.
Yeah,
You can't do it without it.
man.
It's
Do
funny you
you
said that
know?
about the dogs, cause when
Yeah,
I do like 3D scans and listing photos for different clients, and sometimes I'll go in there, they have dogs, and when I first get there, the dog be just going crazy, right? And before I leave, never fails. Me and that dog be
yeah,
best friends. It's
yeah.
like they know good energy. They know
They can feel the energy.
if you come in there with malice and you just on some bad energy. Before I leave, the dog is quiet, and it
Mm,
never fails. Like the
yeah.
people be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," but by the time I leave, most of the time the dog be coming up to me, licking my hand, trying to, because I'm good. My energy is good, and I'm
Yeah,
high on energy, and it's good. It ain't negative, and it
that's
never will
right.
be because
Yeah.
I feel I have respect for life. I respect every second, every minute, every day, every month. Like I put respect on it because no day we are not promised. Like this conversation between me and you was not
Mm,
promised to us. We were planning for it,
yeah.
and but it wasn't promised. I could have went
No.
outside today and got hit by a car, and this
Hmm.
conversation would have never happened, and that
Wow.
impact would have never been felt. And all
Hmm.
they would have said, oh my God, that happened to him." 2 days later, oh, going about our business now.
Hmm.
You know what I
Wow.
mean? And that's what we don't want. We don't never want, I don't want to be
That's
that
right.
person. I want to just get forgotten just like that. I want to leave an impact, man. And I want
Of
something that my
course,
kids and
yes.
my friends and their kids can look back and be like, you know what? I'm glad my parent was friends with him or even listened to him that one time. How you say a keynote? Hey, maybe that's in my future, my plans. Do a
That's
keynote.
your
So
keynote right there. You
it's just
just gave
funny
a
because it's just funny coming from the cameraman, like being behind the lens to getting
yeah.
in front of the lens. It's just a whole new vibe. That's something I'm getting used to, and I'm okay with it though. Like being comfortable, being uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
that's something that on the path to success you got to get used to. You got to be
That's
okay being
right.
uncomfortable, and that got to be your
Mm-hmm.
new norm.
Yeah.
Uncomfortability.
That's
So,
correct. Yeah, that's right. Exactly, man. Wow. That I enjoyed that conversation, man. And
yes, sir.
it's like it's been 5 minutes, but it's been 50 minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah. How can people contact you?
You can catch me on Instagram, Mr. underscore HighLife Films. Facebook, HighLife Films and Photography LLC. Twitter, Mr. HighLife Films. I got
Okay.
my website for my book, HighLife: The 8 Keys to Living an Abundant Life. You can get this book at www.highlifestateofmind.com. And not only will you get the book, you'll get an ebook version and as
Mm,
well as a wristband which says I am HighLife
I am high
and a
life.
hashtag CJTHL, which means come join the HighLife. I have gear, High Life hats, shirts. Those are available at www.don'thatemecause'Imhigh.com. CUZ. Don't hate me cause I'm high.com. I got all types of gear on there. Don't hate me cause I'm high. Put some respect
Yeah.
on your mind. The High Life brand. It's a lot of cool stuff on there.
Man, you're doing a
Um,
lot of things, man.
yeah,
You're really about impact.
Yeah, for sure. I have my photography page. I mean, my photography website is comejointhehighlife.com. So if you like to book me for listing photos, investment photos,
Mm-hmm.
3D virtual tours, I do drone. I'm a licensed drone pilot. So
Oh,
I do it
okay.
all, man. Like it's pretty much a one stop shop. I've done my best
Yeah.
to niche down. That's why I say I do real estate photography a lot, but I do it all, bro. Like I shot over hundreds of different artists. Like I've done events for iHeartRadio for multiple years. I've done Funk
Oh, really?
Fest.
Okay.
I've done Spanish events. Like I done did a lot of stuff, man. And
Yeah.
it's just that the niches is in the riches. So are the riches that are in the niches, and I just did my best to go down into the real estate photography and stuff like that. But I will do it all. I do. I got different clients that pay. I have a couple of retainer clients that pay me monthly to create content for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I stay pretty busy. I do
Yeah.
logo reveals. I do logos. I do a lot of stuff, man.
That's man, that's powerful. I mean, that you have time to do all of these things, man, and serving the world.
Woo. Yes, sir.
That's yeah. That's great. That's great. So, your book club. How can someone join the book club?
Okay, so basically just go on Facebook, look us up, Higher Learning High Life Book Club, and just join. It's a couple questions you gotta ask,
Mm-hmm.
answer in the unit, and then boom, you're in there. We meet every day, Monday through Friday. No matter what holiday it is.
Yeah.
If it's a Monday through a Friday, I'm Mr. Consistent when it comes to that book
Wow.
club. My phone goes on do not disturb, so don't try to call me at 12
Yeah.
noon. I will be in the book club. So we just read for about a good 20, 30 minutes, and then we have a little short discussion afterwards about what we just
Mm-hmm.
read. Currently right now, I don't have my book with me, but we're reading The Power of One More by Ed Milet. It's great. It's a
Mm.
phenomenal book, and but yeah, so that's something I'm super excited about. We're looking for sponsors for, and we're also taking donors for our scholarship fund that we're doing. And I'm super proud that we just created it to be consistent with our reading, and
Yeah.
it turned into a lot more than that. So I'm super excited about that.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Amazing. So, Mr. High Life, man, thank you so much
Yes, sir.
for coming on the channel on the podcast
For
because
sure.
your story is gonna add a lot of value to the people.
I
You
hope
know?
so, man. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I love helping. Anything I could do, please reach out to me, man. Y'all follow. I'll follow you back on the
Yeah.
Instagram. I don't have any bots answering my inbox, so if you get a response from me, it's from me. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm definitely I appreciate you having me on your podcast. I can't wait to see how big it grows and goes. You're very ambitious, and I love how you came from a village. Like, look at you now. I know you're not exactly where you want to be, and it's not exactly how you want it right now, but it's like right there. And I love watching the journey, and I
Mm.
hope you enjoy the journey as much as I'm
Oh
going to enjoy
yes.
watching you grow. So shout out to Possible Podcast.
It's possible, man. It's possible. Thank you so much, Mr. High Life. Any last word you want to give to parents and to young adults?
Communication, number one.
Okay.
I would say just communicate. Just know that everyone's not the same. Everyone doesn't have the same paradigm. So
Mm-hmm.
respect people's opinions, respect people's views until you get a really clear understanding of where they're coming from. Do not put any judgments on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Just accept them for who they are, and that will help your relationship with your kids, your parents. It will make it a beautiful thing because you're not putting your preconceived notions on anyone else's thinking, and you're getting
Mm-hmm.
some clear understanding. Seek first to understand, then to be understood.
Wow.
And I would say do something today that your future self will thank you for, and
Mm.
please don't forget to put some respect on your mind.
Put some respect on your mind. There is no better way to end this episode today, ladies and gentlemen. It's like it's been 10 minutes, but it's about an hour already, you know? So thank you so much, Mr. HighLife, for being on the show. I know your time is really valuable and you took some time to be on the show. That's so I really appreciate that, you know. So, well, everybody, thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel and so that and press the bell button so you can be notified when we submit more videos like this. Thank you so much and enjoy your day.